aspects to grief surrounding teens in comparison to some younger children. Teens, for example, they do understand the concept of death. They do understand that it's permanent and what exactly it means for a death to have occurred. And they understand that the person is not going to be able to come back. At the same time, even though they have this cognitive understanding and capability, they also can have difficulties really wrapping their minds around it and the abstract piece of it. They can understand it, but they might have really, really strong and significant emotions around that new reality and that new loss. Teens also recognize after a death that their mortality is not necessarily what they had thought in the past. And so it's a natural tendency for teens to feel invincible, to feel like they can take on the world. And when a death has occurred, they're encountered with some of the hardest truths right there, kind of facing them. And they have to acknowledge that not only could their person die, but that they also are not invincible and are not immortal and can be vulnerable in that kind of way. Along with this abstract thinking that teens have, they have a little bit of a sliding doors understanding that they can imagine how the world might have shifted if something hadn't occurred to cause the death. Even if whatever caused the death was nobody's fault or responsibility and could not have been changed, it's really natural to revert back to some of that magical thinking. Even adults do this actually, of imagining, what if I had just done this? What if I had said this the last time that I was with them? Could something have changed? And along with that can come different feelings of guilt and self-judgment and kind of looking back and wishing that situations could have changed. Teens are also able to recognize how the whole entire family has been impacted. They can recognize all the layers of loss that are rippling through the family, not just the loss of that significant person, of course, but also all the different things in their lives that might have changed. For example, they might need to move homes sometimes. They might lose their communities and have to shift to new school groups. People who were friends with them before might not be quite as close to them anymore. And different pieces like that can change. In addition, they also recognize how the loss of their relationship with that person who died, how that really impacts them as an individual. They had a relationship with that person, and that relationship is not there. I've heard many teens speak about, I was a daddy's girl. He was my person, and now he's not here anymore. And they grapple with that, how to fit this mold, how to put something in that place, how to find a connection over time to that person who has died and still retain that sense of their identity. Teens are also able to look ahead and to anticipate the future and how much it has changed because this person will not be in it. People oftentimes shift immediately to thinking about future weddings or things like that. For example, daughters being walked down the aisle by their fathers. But there are actually even more immediate consequences that are in their minds, such as prom or graduation, or even just the next soccer game that their parent used to come and cheer on the sidelines for or used to be their coach for.